What's up, everybody? DS the Drunk Heavy again today, and today's topic of discussion is Dust potential versus the new games headed our way. With E3 these last couple of days, we've seen several games coming to PS3 and PS4 that directly compete with Dust 514, Destiny and PlanetSide 2 primarily. PlanetSide is already established as a good game that has a lot of similarities with Dust 514, and the early take on Destiny is that it will be nothing short of amazing. I've been a huge supporter of CCP over the last few months, and I believe Dust has great potential to be a good game that can last. The game does have its issues with connection, replayability, and some mechanics, but it is still a pretty fun game for me, and I like playing it. With there being updates and changes made so often, CCP has the ability to make Dust a legitimate contender, but in my opinion, not really to AAA status. I've defended Dust with the free-to-play argument more than once, but regardless of price, the game has to be good to keep players around. CCP has to find a way to keep players playing without totally abandoning the game for newer, more polished games. The Destiny gameplay shown at E3 looked flat out amazing. The graphics are absolutely sick, the gameplay looks extremely entertaining, and the game will have more polished features than what Dust currently has. Destiny will be a full retail game, but I don't see that hurting it one bit. Everybody is used to paying for good games. Bungie and Activision know good games. They know how to put out games that people want to play and play consistently. Bungie being the minds behind the Halo franchise, and Activision being the Call of Duty publishers. Both of those series are the top-selling FPS games probably of all time. Flame me for not saying Call of Duty is terrible, blah blah blah, I don't care. More people play Call of Duty right now than any other FPS game because the games are entertaining. Both Halo and Call of Duty have had their issues, but player counts have never really been a problem. I've talked to several Dust veterans, and the consensus is that once the PS4 drops with games like PlanetSide and Destiny, Dust numbers are going to absolutely plummet, and I totally agree with them. Right now, it seems like Dust is just a placeholder for Destiny, and what Dust has now, Destiny will do better when it comes to gameplay. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. Yes, Dust is part of the EVE universe, but when I play, I see no real EVE integration at all. Maybe in PC matches, but that's it. And even then, all they do is call in orbitals. For CCP to be using the One Universe slogan, it sure doesn't feel like we're in the same universe. We do have the same racial types and the lore that goes on, but that's it. For Dust to survive the next year, many improvements need to be made. Planetary Conquest needs to be polished with better connections, better EVE integration, and better overall sense of need. PC, as of right now, is more like a chore than a game. I love playing in PC matches, but there are many corporations that stay away due to the issues that I just mentioned. Hell, even Kronos, one of the biggest alliances in the game, have pretty much thrown in the towel. Whether or not it's because they always had a target painted on their backs, or the connection issue was really that bad, I don't know, but regardless, that alliance is a huge chunk of the Dust population. CCP has to make Planetary Conquest a game mode that entices new and veteran corporations alike to want to participate. PvE also has to be implemented. Seeing the Destiny gameplay of PvE made me realize just how important the game type is for CCP to get the ball rolling. With Dust only being 4 game modes, all PvP, replayability definitely suffers. I have times where I don't feel like playing more than 1 or 2 games, and I highly doubt that I'm alone. A game mode players can go into with friends and just destroy stuff would make Dust less of a grind and more of a game. I'd love to be able to go into random PvE games with buddies and just have a ton of fun. I've said this before. I've said this I don't know how many times. New players need more assistance. I've said over and over and over again that there has to be some change made to the game to make players want to start playing Dust, along with something to keep them past a few games. As it stands now, new players get into the game, have fun in Academy, then quit when they get shit on by proto-suits when they still have less than 1 million SP put into their character. Most likely in the wrong places because there isn't a viable tutorial available. If Dust doesn't grow, Dust will die. The game has to bring in more players than it loses, and like it or not, when Destiny and PlanetSide 2 come out, Dust is going to lose a good amount of people. Hell, I think the player counts later this week are going to be a lot lower than normal because of The Last of Us, and that game has nothing to do with anything first-person shooter at all. Personally, I think Dust has a lot of improving to do in the next 5 months, or it's going to lose a huge chunk of its player base. Most likely, myself included. I like the game. I've invested a lot of time and a little bit of money into the game, and I believe the game does have potential. But it's time for CCP to step up to the plate and turn the potential into a reality, or face losing the already small fan base it has today. We've been waiting for the game to improve, and it has, little by little. But with Destiny and PlanetSide 2 already looking like way better options, it's going to take a lot of improvement in not very much time. Hopefully CCP is up to the task. That's the end of the video. If you have any additional thoughts, want to say hi, or want to tell me I'm a fucktard, leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see y'all around.